Suckers always hating when you coming up. Steady watching how I move, but ain't no running up. Yeah, we sliding through that city with that drummy tuck. Tryna ride on my wave, tell them buckle up. And I ain't gotta check the bezel cause my time is now. No rubber on this Glock cause we pulling out.
Hey, yo, what's good with everybody, man? I hope everybody's having a productive day. Feel them blessing like I always say. It's one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right. Let's get it done. With that being said, let's get into another video. Look, I had to really consider doing this video to ask. I did a short and I asked my subscribers what they thought if I should do. They gave me the answer. I said, you know what? I'm just going to go with it and just get it all out there. So, funny fact before I get into the video. Did you know that a hotel manager was charged after a guest woke up to him sucking on his toes? And those are his toes. Okay, first of all, there's two things that is wrong here. For one, why does your feet look like you were kickboxing with bears? And two, why do you have a foot fetish for ugly toes? Yeah, I get it, man. Like, I love women with pretty feet. I have a foot fetish myself. A woman with pretty feet tells me she takes care of the rest of herself. And, you know, I'll suck on those toes, but some ugly toes? All I thought about was that don't be a menace to South Central while drinking their juice in the hood when he started pouring all the hot sauce on her bunions. Nuh-uh, that's for the baby. Whatever. So, let's get into the video. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like, always leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Check the links in the description for all my music platforms. Thank you. Now, I did two videos about money sign sway, should I say? Sorry. And, you know, then I was going to stay away from the topic because I see everything that comes on my YouTube page is about money sign sway. And then I started thinking, like, man, there was like a lot of different scenarios, a lot of different cases, and I would listen to some of them, but like, that's a little far-fetched. You know, no one really knew the answer, including myself. I speculated on some particular issues, some particular knowledge that I would know on how it goes down behind the walls because, like I said, I did 15 years, and 7 of them I did on the main lines next to Sureño. So I know the Sureño program. They're just like Northerners. They have their own policies. They're strict. They get down. They're mafiosos and gangsters, bro. Trust me when I say that. So I went live the other day, and there was about 150 people in there. We had a great time. I always have fun with my subscribers, and then I had put my social medias on there, my Snapchat, my Instagram, and so on and so forth. And then a subscriber actually added me on Snap. So we get off live and we're chilling. I didn't think much of it. I wanted to stay away from the sway topic because everybody's just throwing stuff out there. You know, sometimes, you know, and I get what it looks like. You know, a lot of people are getting views and, you know, just doing it for, you know, clout and doing it for this and views and money and commercials, so on and so forth. So I was like, man, I don't really want to be in that category. I don't want everybody to assume that that's what I'm doing. Because there was a reason why I stood away from Savage Studio when he got, you know what I mean? You know, I backed away from it for a while. I didn't want to capitalize off somebody else's passing. So I know how it looks. So the subscriber calls me. He introduces himself. We exchange numbers. So I called him directly on the phone, and he pretty much broke it down. He's like, hey, bro, I'm going to tell you the real reason why Suede got unalived. And then I was like, okay, so you got to understand from my viewpoint, I'm going to take everything at face value, but the particulars that I'm not going to mention sounded valid. And I don't think this individual really had to go out his way to tell me what really happened. And he pointed out the fact that a lot of these other YouTube channels, man, they have no idea what they're talking about. It's just hearsay. And he pointed out that conspiracy that his record label probably took him out. It was a conspiracy to get his insurance and keep his money. I'm like, wow, when they could have made more money. So everybody was throwing different scenarios and, you know, they were clickbaiting and all that, and I get it. So this is what he told me. Not only does he have a primo in the facility where it did take place, but also a homie from his barrio. And my subscriber, who I'm going to keep anonymous, is from Verdugo, Westside Verdugo, San Bernardino area. And his homeboy from his barrio was there as well. So first, let's clear this up. Everybody on YouTube is like, hey, he was on a bad yard, this and this and this and that, and that's why he got woo-wopped. No, I asked my subscribers actually last night before I did this video. I go, hey, bro, what is this about the bad yard? He said, no, that's not why he got boo-bopped. So I'm going to break it down to you. He got boo-bopped in his cell, and his cellie was turfing him out because he was being terco. Terco meaning he was being stubborn, that he didn't want to abide by the program. Like I said, Sureños have a different program. You know, you got the mesa that runs the yard, and you have the mafiosos on the yard right now, which makes it an even more strict program. He didn't want to. He didn't want to conform to the program. He didn't want to conform to whatever it is that they were asking from him, for him to do. And maybe he had that mentality like, bro, I'm this, I'm that. You know, sometimes, fame gets to people's heads, and he thought maybe he was better than everybody. Maybe he didn't understand what this programming was like, maybe because he wasn't introduced and educated on the streets because of it. So when he went in there, he probably felt like, any other individual who didn't know no better, that he was getting punked or he was getting told what to do. And hey, he didn't want to go with the program. So they boo-bopped him. And they actually said one of the incidences that he was in a cell with somebody, and in reception, matter of fact, and that his cellie was just boot-bopping him bad in front of everybody. Now he gets to where he's going. He's programming. Where he made his first mistake was that he was making phone calls on the wall, and everybody knows that Global Tel records everything. And he was overheard by some of his homies, the Sureños and the Southsiders that he was running with. He was pretty much venting to his girl over the phone, and they took it as he was talking about things that were going on the yard, how they were asking him to do this, do that, do this, do that. And they looked at it like it was a form of dry snitching. Like, why you talk? Well, for one, that's nobody's business besides the Sud program, the Sureños on the yard. And he was just blatantly over the phone, knowing damn well the cops are going to listen to it, because cops do monitor your phones. If they catch any specific words over the phone, then they start recording it, submit it to IGI, and IGI does its investigation, looks into whatever information that was provided. That was his first mistake. Those who don't know about the Sureño program, there's a such thing as checadas or calentadas. So obviously he got whooped on multiple times, because he refused to be not only down with the program, but also because of what he was saying over the phone. Now, everybody knows, everybody's seen it on social media that, he was writing letters to his girl, and that last letter that she posted was, this might be the end of me. That's why I didn't try to interpret that letter for people, because I didn't know what exactly he meant. It could have been anything. It could have been like, oh, this is the end of me. Like, I ain't never coming back to prison. This is nothing. I'm cool. Or this might end my career. Who knows? Like, as a rapper, nobody knew what that letter really meant besides him and her. But see, the thing was, that wasn't the only letter that she published. He had published other multiple letters that she posted on her Instagram, and now that's been taken down, indicating a lot of stuff that he was saying about the yard, about the program, how he felt about it, how he was against it, so on and so forth. The Sureños caught wind of it, that she was actually posting all his letters and talking about what he was saying, about what he was going through in prison. It was pretty much concluded that he was dry snitching, that he should have known better, that it's obvious that, the cops read the letters, and which they do. Every letter that comes out of that building goes to the tower. The tower is going to go through it all night. The night tower is going to read everybody's letters. Any catches any words, he puts those letters to the side, submits them to IGI before they get sent out. All letters are properly screened thoroughly, because that's what we use to pass secret codes and hits and pegadas and control stuff and so on and so forth. They looked at it as he was dry snitching, that he was trying to. And then if you think about it, because I know how prison works, when usually I've seen a lot of cases where if an individual didn't have the willpower to actually go up to a CO and say, bro, I want to lock it up, I don't want to be here, I want to PC up, that's one way to do it, is write a letter telling your family, whoever else, you're in danger, and come up with this story so that the cops going to read it. The cops obviously going to be concerned about your safety. He can either send a sergeant to go to your cell, extract you from the cell, or send it to IGI, and IGI will come hit the building. Then once you get IGI gets involved, they're going to start interviewing you, making you debrief, all kinds of crazy stuff. So the Sureños looked at it like he was dry snitching. And that's pretty much the case. That's what they concluded. So as I'm talking to my subscriber who happens to be a Sureño, who wants to remain anonymous, but just wanted to clarify things, because I asked him, I was like, hey, bro, I'm not sure why you're telling me this. For one, he likes and respects my channel, so I respect him for that, and I appreciate him for that. Two, he just looked at it like, man, everybody's been getting the situation wrong. Everybody has a misinterpretation. Everybody thinks they got something to say when they don't have no idea what the get down is for us and why we took care of what we needed to take care of. And it's true. That's how pretty much the prison system works. That's how some people, get off the yard. I mean, there's so many ways that people can roll it up off the yard or get the CO's attention. That way, they can get pulled off the yard to get questioned. And right there, they be like, hey, bro, I'm ready to lock it up. I'm ready to bounce. I've seen it plenty of times. So, like I said, I've been on the yard with Sureños. I know they run a strict program just like Norteños. Norteños just have a lot more rules, more regulations, more reasons to get hit, more reasons to risk your own life. But the Sureños have a program as well. So everybody made the assumption that, he went to this yard and he kicked it for like a week and then he got off. No. My subscriber wanted to clear all that up. Just let that fact be known. Obviously, whoever did it wasn't identified. But, he wanted to make it a point. He gave it to me and he was like, you can go ahead and talk about it and let everybody know the truth, what really happened. Which I kind of respect in a sense too, because now it's going to bring limelight and people to actually acknowledge and recognize how the Sur gets down, what their program's like, how the Sureños get down when they take care of business. But overall, from his point of view, it was pretty much his girl's fault. His girl posting all those letters on Instagram, is what got him put in this predicament. Now, I don't know how the homies within the walls found out about his letters and how she was posting them on Instagram, but, he also made a point, like, bro, as a Sureño, my Jaina's always going to know to keep her mouth closed if I ever tell her anything, which we don't tell them most nothing anyways, but if they do have any knowledge or anything, they know better than to keep their mouth shut and keep it closed about any Sureño business we talk about, whether it's for the mafiosos or the program in itself. He goes, and she didn't know that. So instead, she decided to post this guy's letters, probably just as a clear indication, that that's my man or this and that. Who knows why she did what she did? But now she's taking all those letters off her Instagram after this tragedy has taken place. So he believes that she's the one that pretty much set it up. She's the one that's responsible for that man's passing. And if that's the case, and those letters pretty much solidify the decision that this dude's done with, he's telling. You got to remember, not only was it just the letters, they had overheard him on the collect call phones talking about yarda business that's not supposed to be said over that phone, and he went on ahead and did it anyways. So when you stack it all up, obviously the mafiosos felt like it was a decision that needed to be made. And the situation was concluded the way you guys know how it ended. And, still at the end of the day, the only message I can kind of create as a positive note is for the youth that are listening and watching. Like, look, man, this kid was a rap artist. He was a rap star. He did get caught with a situation that placed him in an uglier situation. He rebelled against a situation which, like I've been sharing with you guys throughout my YouTube, there's a program. There is a structure. There is law and order in jail that you're going to follow, that everybody follows. But most importantly, just, you can lose your life at any moment for any given reason at the hands of a next man or the hands of, or the way another man thinks. So we sacrifice our freedom on behalf of people, end up on a yard with people that we sacrificed our freedom for, and then we're going to sacrifice our freedom even more. So all I could ever ask for my youth is to learn how to appreciate your freedom, because there's plenty of us on YouTube. There's plenty of my subscribers that are still active, that respect me and love what I say, and I appreciate my content, and are here, that validated in the comment section like, yeah, bro, it's a deadly game. It's a dangerous game. And I don't think this new generation, this next generation is really ready for it, because as much as all the generations have changed, prison in itself is always going to be governed by prison society, gang society. So you think you're your own man now just because you do what you want, when you want, how you want. But when you end up in prison, you're going to answer to somebody. Every man answers to somebody else in jail. And it's that simple. All it takes is one man to wake up with just the wrong hair up his butt and say, you know what, you're done. And you could lose your life. So it's best that you just try to remain free, chase your goals, be successful, turn your life around, believe in yourself, and just continue to move forward and just leave it alone, man. Leave it for the prison walls. And just remember, that's not a place you really want to go and really, really want to be. Trust me, I've been there and I've seen it all and I witnessed it all. And that's why I'm here trying to validate it for you guys, to show you guys the importance of, just staying home, being free. So with that being said, like I always say, it's one life, one chance. When they got one chance to do this right, let's get it done. Peace.